Hello, and welcome to another Verbling Law. In today's class, we're going to talk about civil forfeiture in a debate. Civil forfeiture is a strange area of law where police are able to arrest assets, charge assets with the crimes. What do I mean by assets? Well, money, houses, cars. So you could be driving a car and police pull you over and they ask you how much money you have and you tell them you've got $10,000. They ask you what the purpose of it is for. And you tell them you're buying a boat or something. They don't believe you. They think it's for drug money. They arrest your money. They don't arrest you. They don't charge you, but they charge and arrest your money. Wellington, good morning. No, it's now good. It's now afternoon. Just turned afternoon. How was your Christmas day?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And yours?
Very busy.
Very busy. Oh,
very busy.
Good.
And class is starting to fill up here. Now, we haven't had a debate class before, have we?
Sorry?
This is your first debate class.
Yes. Yeah, today this is the only class on Verbling.
Is it really?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yeah. This I think. Let me see. Even today, we're not. Oh, there is other English classes, and okay, you put another class or
Yes.
another English class, yeah.
I have another class, that's true.
Yeah, but this is the first today.
Well, I want to go around the room and say hello to everybody. My name is Simon. I'm your teacher. I live in Canada, the coldest and the second coldest and the second largest country in the world. You want cold weather? We've got it. Lots of it. All right, we just said hello to Wellington. And let's see, who's this?
Hello.
Albina. Hello, Albina.
Hello. Good evening here.
Good evening. Unboxing Day evening. Welcome to class. This is a debate class. And beside you we have Danilo. Hello, Danilo. All right, Hissam. Hello, Hissam.
Hi, Simon and everyone. Good morning from
Good
here.
morning. You're excited about this class, I know.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Raphael, good morning.
Good morning, Simon.
Good to see you again, my friend. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Pretty soon.
Your voice is fading. You might want to check your microphone connection.
Okay.
And Rebecca, welcome back.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, good.
Well, guys, we have a full class today. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 students in the class. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off by showing you guys a video. Excuse me, I'm choking a little bit here. And let me get you the link, because we're going to debate the topic of civil forfeiture. And we're going to come up. So while you're watching this video, I want you to think of this. So our position on the affirmative is this. Let me just finish typing. Civil forfeiture is legal. That's going to be our position for the affirmative. So half of you will argue that this is legal, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to argue that it's effective because it is legal. Okay, so let me just get the video. So I want everybody to go ahead and open up that link to the video. And if you guys can let me know once the link is available. And it's important to pay attention to what goes on in this video because that's the source of the information we have for today's lesson. So if you don't pay attention or don't watch the video, then you're not going to be able to really participate in today's class. Okay, so what I want each of you to do is click on the video. It will start playing. I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to watch it too. It's about 5, and we will have a debate as soon as the video is over. Okay, guys, so let's start watching the video. All right, guys, you should have finished watching the video by now. All right, I'm going to share a presentation I have here talking about debate, but I'm not going to talk to it. What I want to do now is get right into it. And I want each of you to tell me one fact or one point from this news story. So I'm going to go around the class first. I want to make sure everybody's aware of what civil forfeiture is about. So Wellington, I'm going to start with you. I'm just going to give you a minute. What was this news story about? What is civil forfeiture?
Um, is the law that allows the government, the policy, to to asset. It's correct to seize
Seize?
to seize a good, a property from the citizen that can be involved with criminal actions.
Excellent. Thank you.
Uh, yeah.
Albina, what's another fact you can tell us about this video?
So Philadelphia is the place where people suffer more than in other places, and there was taken a lot of money, but this money wasn't put in actual fighting or in the process against the drug dealing. So a lot of money, but they used in somewhere not directly to drug control, also some protecting or fighting with drugs.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Chow, what else can you tell us about civil forfeiture from the video?
Well, it is without due process, and it's abusement of the government power, and I mean, it's very controversial. And personally, I'm against it. That it sounds constitutional, and so yeah, and lots of people suffer that. And like the previous student mentioned, that it mainly related to the drug dealing, and also the Philadelphia has the most occurred. I mean, mostly occurred in Philadelphia. So.
Thank you very much. Danilo, what's another fact you learned from the video?
Yeah, I think that this forfeiture is when the police go in home and take away some things that you work hard to get these things, and sometimes maybe could be illegal, sometimes could be legal, and I think some people are really angry for that because they work really hard to like get their stuffs, and that's it.
Thank you very much. Hissam, what can you tell us about civil forfeiture?
What I see from the news just now is the inaccurate or less investigation of how you conduct or how you take an action of civil forfeiture cause a mental torture to one group, which what my conclusion is this: like you have to do a deep investigation to conduct the civil forfeiture,
Okay,
because
thank
it might downtrodden some one group.
you. Yeah. Raphael.
Well, I think it's such a huge disrespect of human and family rights because they don't are not they don't want to they don't want to they don't want it even they don't want to know if the family needs to live in their house. If the family have somewhere else to go, they just take their homes, and it's kind of really outdated point of view for my thoughts, I think.
Thank you. Rebecca.
Well, with a family, like an example, we we are told how the court in Philadelphia goes against dealers, you know.
Thank you very much. And Tess.
Hi, good morning. Um,
Good morning.
yes, from the video, I think the way I see it, the property was taken out from the guy named Christus, but I didn't see any evidences that Christus acquired this property through illegal means or crime. I yeah, I don't see any justice for just taking out those properties from him.
Well, and see, that's the interesting thing, Tess and everybody. I could be driving in the United States, and let's say I have $5,000 on me. And it doesn't matter what. I shouldn't really even have to say why I have the money on me. That's my own personal reason. It's legal money. I shouldn't have to explain it. But if a cop finds out I have the $5,000 on me and he says, "What is the purpose for?" I could choose to tell him. If he doesn't believe me, he can arrest my money. Now, he doesn't have to charge me with anything, but he can just say, "I don't believe you. I believe the money is for drugs." He takes it from me. He could even take my car. I won't be charged. But now, good luck getting that money back. And in many areas, it is used as a way of raising revenue. So, earlier, I said our position today is that civil forfeiture is effective. Okay? So what does that mean? Let's think about that for a minute. Civil forfeiture is effective. Well, after watching that video, you either believe that it's true that yes, it will help catch bad guys, anybody who's convicted of drug trafficking or other rough crimes will be penalized. They won't profit from the crime, and that's a good thing. If you look at the video and you think like, wow, there's a lot of people that are suffering because of this, this is not effective, this is harming the innocent, we need to do something about this. So we're going to debate. Now, you need to be prepared to debate both sides, because I'm going to change it around. You don't know if you're going to be supporting this or you're going to be against it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by giving each of you a minute. So you don't have a lot of time to discuss this. So I'm going to start with Raphael. I'm going to go from the left to the right. And Raphael, I want you to give me an opening statement. An opening statement is more or less a summary of your position, and if you can give a fact or two supporting it. I know you've only just seen the video, guys, so I don't expect you guys to have tons and tons of information here, but trust me, this will be fun. I know it's going to be a little bit tense at times, but we're going to get through this. So I'm going to take turns. Some of you will be doing opening statements, some of you will be doing closing statements, some of you will be doing rebuttals. So Raphael, go ahead and give me an opening statement, please. You're going to be on the affirmative, which means you support the position that civil forfeiture is effective. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, I'll try.
All right, go ahead, please.
I believe civil forfeiture could be effective if it's correctly applied, and if there is a fair judgment and a fair treatment on who deserves or not to have their house or their properties taken. Because since with the family we've seen in the video, I don't think they have anywhere else to go, and they are not rich people, they are not wealthy people, and they can find themselves in a bad time if they have this house taken. So I think, and honestly, I'm not too affirmative with that statement, because I kind of disagree with that idea of taking people's properties, families' properties, and without a specific reason. I think without enough reason, without enough evidence of the crime.
Thank you. Now, and keep in mind too that regardless of how you feel, if you're on the affirmative, you must support the position. If you're on the negative, you're against it. Okay, so Raphael has given his opening statement summarizing his position. Next, I'm going to ask Albina to give her opening statement. She disagrees with it. She's on what we call the negative. Okay?
Okay.
Well, hold on. Before you speak, because Raphael has spoken, you have the opportunity to include some of the points that he has made and address them, or you can just provide your own opening statement without responding to any of his points. So you've got a minute as well, and you're on the negative. You disagree with the position. Go ahead, please.
Okay, Rafael, I see your point of view, but I don't fully agree with you. You spoke about family, poor family, for which is going to lose their houses. But with civil forfeiture is effective way to bring up family too, because it can be a measure which will help to prevent the crime. So people will think before to commit crime, to be involved in drug dealing, that they have risk to lose their property, and they will suffer from it not only alone, but their family will be in risk, and they will think twice before they commit this crime.
Thank you. Time is up. Now, guys, when you hear the chimes, I will stop you because I can't give you any more time than anybody else because it's unfair, right? Everybody gets the exact same amount of time.
How many seconds is it?
60 seconds.
All right.
All right. So that was the opening statements for the affirmative and the negative. Again, on my screen here, you can see we have two positions. The affirmative, we support the position, and the negative, disagree with the position. So now we're going to do something called the rebuttal. So you've had your opening statements. Now, Chow, you're up next, and you are on the affirmative team. So you disagree with obviously what Albina has said. Now you can do one of a couple of things. You can further introduce facts that support the affirmative. You can also address points that the negative has made. Okay? So, or you can just ignore what she said and just introduce points. You can do either. Chow, are you ready?
Yeah, I will try, even though I don't support that. I will try to pretend I support that. Okay, I'm ready.
You've got a minute, Chow.
Yeah, and I support the civil forfeiture is effective because it raises the cost of the crime, so that it reduces the rate of crime, and also the cost of the false negative is so high. I mean, because if you want to confirm the crime, you need a due process, and it's long-winded. After that time, the crime may succeed. So the false negative cost is very high. So it's a good idea, and it's effective to do that beforehand and to be effective.
All right. Thank you very much. Very short, sweet, and to the point with 15 seconds left. All right. Danilo is on the negative. And as you see, guys, I'm going to go back and forth. So Danilo, you are on the negative. You think this is nuts. This is crazy. Again, you can address points that have already been made, or you can introduce new points. You've got 1 minute starting now. Go ahead, please.
Okay, as showed in the video that we just watched, this civil forfeiture didn't reduce something in the crime, like drugs and things like that. So I believe that this civil forfeiture it's just a manner that the police could have to take money from the people because like they don't have no reason to do that, because like I have my priority, and So, like, I have my property, and if the police take that away, I think it's not unfair. It's unfair because, like, they don't have proof that I'm doing a bad thing, like selling drugs and things like that. So maybe I think the police could do that just to earn the
Thank
money.
you. Time is up. Now, while you guys are listening, you can also search the web as well. You can find more facts. You can use Wiki. You can search Google using the news feature. All right. Up next is Hisham. Hisham, you are on the affirmative. Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you, everyone. So based on what you are saying just now from Albina's point and Danilo's point, what you are saying that, sorry, what Danilo said is there is no proof before we accuse or we pick somebody's asset. But actually, for your information, before the civil forfeiture is being conducted or being our police ambush each and every one each houses, we have done a very, very accurate and investigation before we do all that. We did not just ambush your house and take your asset. We have done a very, very one step-by-step procedure before we go and take your stuff. So we have done a lot of investigation to know that you are really related to drug and every mostly drugs.
Thank you very much. All right, now something I want to talk about. Sometimes the other team may make a very, very, very good point. And you realize, you know what? I can't argue against that. You can do one of a couple of things. One, you can ignore it. Don't even touch it. Don't respond to it because you make your position look worse. Or two, you can say, you know what? My opponent is right. There are aspects of civil forfeiture that are bad. There are abuses. But that does not make civil forfeiture ineffective. In fact, last year, over $200 billion worth of seized assets were taken from drug runners. These were people that were found to have more than $1 million worth of cocaine, marijuana, and other illicit drugs on their person. Okay, that's an example. I made that up, of course, but that's an example of you can agree with somebody, but just because they've got a fact, just because what they're saying has merit, does not mean that their position has merit. Okay? So that's a good technique to use. Raphael, you're on the negative. You have a minute, and then we're going to go into our closing statements. Go ahead, please.
As I told before, there is no such a thing like enough evidence to prove. Of course, this family might have undergone an intense scrutiny to check if they are guilty, if they have some sort of liaison with the drug dealing. But I don't think it's fair because, as I told, they don't have anywhere else to go, and they have. From my point of view, the authorities could look for better ways to punish their family, not only the family, to punish the drug dealer, and to check if the family is also has also liaisons with him. If they were if they have some sort of guilt in what regards to the drug dealing, I think.
Thank you, sir. All right. Now we reached the end of this debate. Rebecca, you support the affirmative. You've got a minute to sum up everything that's been said, to further justify your position that civil forfeiture is effective, and then Thess, you will sum up the negative, and then we'll see who's won. All right, Rebecca, go ahead, please.
Well, I consider that it's positive that people who is dealing with drugs get a punishment, you know. If the laws in Philadelphia is in this way with those people, well, everyone have to pay for that. Is the risk they are taking when they are doing these things, you know. So I think they have to accept the consequence of dealing with drugs.
All right, thank you very much. Thess, you've got 1 minute to sum up or to close your statements for the negative. Go ahead, please.
Just like most of them said from the negative side, yeah, it's not fair for the accused people taking out their property just because there's a family member who was caught. I don't know, and there's not enough evidences that the son was taking drugs. So I think they should present more evidences, or maybe the son just used it once. He's only a user, but he's not selling it as like an illegal means of uh, making money. So yeah, they should. I believe that they should present more evidences and not just conclude that just because they got some drugs, they will. Um, that's it. I don't know.
All right, thank you very much. That was perfect timing. Now, I was the listener here, and you're not trying to convince each other. Okay, that's not the point of a debate. You're trying to convince the audience. So I found it very difficult. I think you both make good arguments, so I'm going to call this one a tie. For the next round, though, I'm going to give you guys points each time I hear a good fact or a point, okay? And I'm going to do that by just typing a 1 every time I hear something. Sorry, guys. Hold on a sec. My son's here. I just need to close the door because my wife's going off to work. And, yeah, he's being annoying now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the class into 2 teams. Wellington, Albina, and Chow and Danilo will be on the affirmative. Hisham, Raphael, Rebecca, and Thess, you're going to be on the negative. And I'll mute myself in just a second. So, Wellington will be providing the opening statement for his team. Danilo, the closing statement. Hisham, the opening statement for your team. And Thess, the closing statement. Okay? So, what I recommend, while your team is debating, do 2 things. See if you can find any facts on the internet, but as this screen indicates, you've got to listen. Don't just try to think of what you need to say. You also need to listen to what the other team is saying, because they might say something you're going like, oh yes, I know how to counteract that. They're so wrong, they're going to lose on this. Now, in a normal debate, if we had more time, but this is a big class, I'd actually allow you to question the other team. And we can talk about that another day, but we've got 24 minutes left. How that normally works is you would ask the other team a yes or no answer. And if you ask a yes or no answer, the other team can't say anything more than yes or no. And then you can go on and say, well, my team has said yes. However, evidence shows that this is not true. Okay, so this time around, I'm going to give 2 minutes for the opening statements and closing statements. You don't have to use that time, though. Wellington, you have the opening statement for the affirmative, the same position, the same topic. You have up to 2 minutes. Take your time and go ahead, starting now.
Okay. So we have a problem. The government have a problem. The government has to combat the actions, the criminal actions, and we know we are using this action, the forfeiture, the asset forfeiture, to improve, to better the situation. We know that errors can be committed, but we are working to fix these problems. Uh, the evidences, the results that we saw in the that we have been seeing in the last years is good, and many criminals, they lost the power uh, to come back, to come back to committing the these bad actions. The constitution permits that fines uh, have to that fines um, have been imposed to the citizens uh, that commit bad things, like the imposts and taxes. This way have to follow with this behavior, with this law.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Wellington. So I gave you 4 points there. So the affirmative has 4 points so far. Now, Raphael, you have 2 minutes for the negative side. And your time starts now. Go ahead, please.
This leads us to several number of questions here. Where is this revenue? Where is this revenue coming? We don't know. Where is this money being applied? The money it was taken of the families, or maybe their earnings. Because from what I started from the test, the family they don't have to to prove that this money, these earnings were applied correctly in drug against the drug dealings and against drug uh, and, against the traffic and other operations, which can lead us to a positive outcome to the to the society in general, because we're only taking the side of the we're only taking the position, the point of view of the family, and the family is having the money taken, but we don't know if this money was being well applied. So I'm really skeptical about this matter. If it's really bringing a positive outcome. So that's it.
Wellington, I've given you 3 points. You finished with 20 seconds left. And next we go back to Albina. And Albina, you've got a minute to further support the affirmative side, okay? Go ahead, please.
Okay. Rafael, I understand what you are driving at, and you underline the point that we don't know and we doubt where money is applied. So where do they put, or how do they use money which was taken from this family, or from how do they use this property? But there is a report in internet, and you can we can see that 60% of money which was taken just after 6 last months was used to improve work with teenager. And you will not argue that teenager is the most risky group, because they will be adult and they don't have
Sorry, I was on mute when the chimes went off. So you scored 2 points there. So now it's 6-3. All right, now we go to Rebecca. You've also got a minute. The affirmative is in the lead right now. Remember, I'm scoring you guys on either facts or opinions that are well said, okay? So go ahead, please.
Well, I think this procedure is quite exaggerated, because as we saw in this example, in this case, one family is taking away the house because of just one member of the family. So the rest of the family don't have to pay for anything which they didn't do. So it's not fair for the rest of the family. I consider this procedure well too much, and I think it should be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're back to 6-5. All right, now we go back to the affirmative and we get to hear from Chow for a minute. Go ahead, Chow.
Okay. So yeah, I support the civil forfeiture is effective, because please note that it is not about morality, it's about effectiveness. So the question becomes, how do we measure that? So I think we can measure that by how many crimes have we prevented. And if you do it quick, you may prevent 100 crime in a year. And if you go through a long-winded trial, you may just got 10 crime, just prevent 10 crime, and is 100 bigger than 10 crime? Yes, if you think that math works, you have to admit that it is effective. And also, there's now the government robbing the property, but there is give back process. If you can prove you are not guilty, and if the police find out you're not guilty, they will give your property back. So it is not robbing you. So I support that it is effectiveness.
Thank you. So 3 points. That makes it 9-5. All right, Fess, you're on the negative. You have 1 minute. You're down by 4 points. What I might suggest is use short, brief sentences, try to score some points, and who knows, you might be able to tie it back up. Go ahead, please.
I agree with some of my team that the drug dealing issue should be set aside, and it's not fair for the accused of that civil forfeiture. Some points are exaggerated, like just because one member was suspected of drugs, so the whole member should suffer for the consequence. And so before they forfeit the property, they should provide enough evidences that that one of their members is involved in the drug dealing issue. That's it.
All right, thank you very much. Total of 3 points. So the negative is still behind, 9-8. It's still anyone's match. Right, we've lost a few students. So on the affirmative, who would like to provide your closing statement? All right, Albina, I'll give you 2 minutes. You can go ahead and provide your closing statement, starting now.
Okay. So, as far as I understand, as far as I see the situation, the argument from positive sides wasn't strong enough. They spoke mostly about moral thing of situation, but and they say that it is not fair, but we really speak about effective ways to prevent, to make the process of control and the process of prevention of this terrible crime. And this way really exists, and it has right to exist. Of course, a deep and precise investigation should be done, and there should be provide a very strong arguments. And these families, they could use profit or benefit from criminal action of their son. So of course they will not say all the truth. We can see their tears, they are crying, but we don't know what is behind. Maybe not exactly this family, but if from many articles we can see how it is used for profit, for benefits of this family, and also for benefits of their relatives. So it should be a strict control, of course, and it should, but we shouldn't believe only our eyes. We should think that people say what they want to say, and we see only one side. And we feel sorry for this family, but who knows? Maybe, not maybe, but police, of course, may.
Thank you. Time is up. All right. Unfortunately, one of the points you scored was really for the other team, so I gave you a negative point there, and then you got 3 points, so you're up by 2. You're up by 11 to 8. Now I need a volunteer from the negative team to speak.
Me.
Okay, me? You can speak. But keep in mind, it's okay to agree to certain points that your other team has made, but make sure that if you do that, you counter it. Okay? So be very careful with that. You have 2 minutes starting now.
Okay, thank you so much. So from the very beginning, you said that if you conduct the civil forfeiture, you would the criminal would lose the power to commit the drug dealing and so on. But you do not consider that how many people that lost their ability to live because they have nothing to do. So secondly, you said just now that 60% of 60%. Albina said that 60% of the teenager improve in their life. But what about the news that you just saw just now? You can see parents that are working. They lost their job. They lost their they lost all their assets. And one more. They take all those assets. Try to think that maybe even it is true, maybe just 90% of their asset is coming from the drug dealing. What about the other 10% that you also took? That we listened to Christopher that he was working in a painting field. You also said that just now. By conducting the civil forfeiture, you are solving a drug crime and so on. But you don't consider that you are actually generating a lot other crime, other from drug dealing, like stealing, robbery, because they do not have the asset. You took all them. So how can they start the life itself? So you also said that just now. You have done. You have a procedure to do it, but you are actually don't take a very accurate procedure to do that, because we can just the proof is the news just now. You can see that there is no it's not said in the news that you are checking their accounts, their transactions, and so on. So that is yeah.
Now, guys, sometimes when I'm scoring points, you may not get the right words out, but I know what you're trying to say, so I will generally be favorable. Now, Hisham, I think, have had some experience with debates before, because he kept going, you said this, but the truth is this. You said this. He's hitting each point, and I think that's very effective.
I never in a debate team, but I'm trying to just rebut in every point that they said.
No, I'm very good. Excuse me, sorry. I'm just getting over a cold. So well done. That's 5 points plus 8. That's 11 to 13. So in this, the affirmative has lost. But I'd say that's nobody else has scored 5 points. So Hisham, you did very good there. So I'm going to be doing more debate classes, and I think as we do more of these classes, you guys are going to get a little bit familiar with how to do it and what is expected of you. And it's tough. There's 9 people in this class. When you speak, if you make a mistake, you're going, when can I correct that? It takes a while to get back to you. So I will be booking another debate class in the near future, and I'm always going to pick topics where you have a 50-50 chance of winning or losing. I never want to make it too one-sided. But I want to give each of you a minute now to tell me what you thought of debate class and what could be done differently next time. Wellington, you've got a minute. Tell me what could be done differently or what you liked.
What I like is that before you put the title about the debate, and this way I can read something. I could read something. I could see watch the same video and other videos. This was good because this way I could. I could understand better the words, the topic, and I think the next topic could be about other problems. I think the reality is there. We have many problems, and so it's up to you.
Thank you, Wellington. And a good point. The topic of the debate is in the title of the class. So if you see that, do some research, come to class prepared. Albina, you've got a minute as well. Go ahead, please.
So this lesson was great. Everybody had the possibility to speak, and I want to say that I would like to see your examples, or at least some small presentation of debates, what you want us to produce. Maybe some people are familiar to this process, maybe some forgot about it a little bit, so maybe just a small and fast example would be great. But the topic wasn't, of course, easy, and it is difficult in different countries, but it was very educational lesson, and it was nice. I liked it actually, and I like the level of people. Because debates really needs a good level of English. In other case, it would be boring and it wouldn't be so useful as it had been.
Thank you, Albina. Ciao.
Yeah. From the time construction point of view, I think the first 10 minutes you asked everyone's thought about the topic generally. That is very good. And also, I think maybe we can swap the position during the debate. That may, coordinate with different people's preference, because at least they got one that they really want to see, and they also can become the opponent's position. So swap the position maybe. And also, I like the video part, the background knowledge, and also the giving the point while one person is speaking. I'm not sure about. Give the point once they said that is a good way. I don't know. I mean, because that maybe makes the person nervous. Maybe you can collect the point, and after the whole speech of one person and give the point out. But that has negative side also. So I don't know. Just my thought.
Well, I do the points because it gives you a bit of a milestone to sort of strive for, and you are going to be nervous in a real debate. So I'm not too worried about that. When there's fewer people in the class, we can switch positions. It's a little harder in this size of a class to do that, but that's something I do aim to do. All right, Hisham, your thoughts?
I really love this class, and the way you put just now you introduced with the video, and you give a clear meaning of the civil asset forfeiture. I think it's really good, because if you do not know the meaning of it, your debate won't go anywhere. So I think the whole thing is good. Yeah. Yeah, I love how you explain things. Just like how because we are all new to debate, and you just make us improve. What should we do?
Yeah, and it would take a good half an hour to explain a debate properly. So that's why I kind of walk you guys through it and give you a crash course, because the real purpose of this class is to get you guys speaking and talking rather than listening to a lecture. Thank you. Rebecca, your thoughts?
Well, I like the way you organize the class. You know, you give us the same time for everyone, and we have the chance to talk. Everyone the same. You know, I attending a lot of classes on Berlin, and sometimes I I have enough money. Sorry, enough time, or the same time like. Person. So I like this opportunity, and I like the way how you organize the class. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Appreciate it. Tess?
I enjoyed the class, but if it's only possible that if you can post a short worksheet before the class, like terms or words that we normally use for the issue or the topic. Not exactly the whole thing, but sometimes I'm out of words too. That's it.
Well, let me put that back on you then. That's a good point. There's nothing new about debate. If you search the internet for debate terms, they're right there. There aren't too many of them. There's a handful of them, maybe 15 or 20. And also, by using the presentation, you were seeing the terminology that I wanted you to see, such as position, affirmative, negative, and rebuttal. I didn't want to overpower you guys with too many terms. But if you want to learn more, and that's good, after this class, go to Google and search debate terminology.
Thank you.
Okay? Because it's tough. I've got so many materials I could give you. I have a presentation I can give you. There's a video. And it gets to the point where there's so many materials being presented. And again, the main goal here is to get you guys talking and speaking, not really to teach debate. Debate is a tool or a technique that I use to get you guys talking, to make it fun, to get you going, oh, I can't wait for my turn, or oh, I screwed that up, but I'm going to do better next time. And Tess, the way you're thinking, I want to know terminology better. Some of you have said, oh, I wish I knew more information about this topic. Well, the topic is always posted, so you can go to YouTube, you can go to Google to find out more about it. You've got terminology. So I recommend you guys to do some homework for this class, and you'll get more value out of it. But here we go. It's now bottom of the hour. The class is up. I don't want to keep you guys late for your next class. Thank you so much for coming, guys. And I hope to see you guys in 4 hours at my next class. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Happy Boxing
Thank you.
Day.
Thank you. Happy Boxing Day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, Simon.